Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, Buddhist, and atheist, one, two, and all in between. This is for the absolute positive, good God and truth of you, only costing bigger and better, infinitely alive and well, forever. If you watched my videos on YouTube or been to my community post page, you will see that I state that all faith is a static, twisted, scattered, blinding, undefined lie. And I state that because all faith state that things cross bad and sinful, evil, and devilish, okay? And I know as a fact of God check, right? The good of God as truth of all reality check of mankind, that is a lie. And at the most positive value of all faith, it knows not what is good as truth, because if it did, it would only be good as truth always for you to an absolute bigger, better of you here and now. But all faith is a crapshoot on your existence. It's a gamble. And to be defined within a gamble, you will always come up short a bad way, an evil way, a sinful way to one nothing of you here and now. Only cross one more positive always than a negative. From the inside out at 360 degrees, right? That is the bad way of nothing. That is the sinful way of nothing. That is the evil of nothing. And it's the neutral of nothing, because it's the only way you can add up or stay or be good as truth to an absolute bigger, better of you here and now. And what does that mean? That means this. Anywhere something is stated good as truth, it's only stated to you that way, one more positive than a negative always. That is the absolute peak of your reality check, okay, to be good as truth, okay? And that good as truth, again, can only be stated to you one more positive than all negativity. So when you feel any and all negativity that is no good as truth to the reality check of bringing your life to a bigger, better, only cross one more positive than that negative at all angles. However, you have to only add up good as truth, more positive than the negative of that, to an absolute bigger, better of you here and now, to the good truth, right, of your shape, form, and mass, the structure, durability, and solidness of the value and volume of your life and reality check, to the bigger and better of all things matter that you are, from mind to the body to the world. If you do, okay, you can never be destroyed, a negative with decay and disintegration, to the absolute bigger, better of the good God and truth of all reality check you are. See, negativity is the only state of decay and disintegration, okay? And when you cross with faith, not knowing what the good truth of you is, to only cross always back one more positive than a negative, right? You're always in a perpetual state of negative to it with your faith, okay? And that perpetual state of negative is what Adam took on with Eve as a nutty, fruity, bushwhacking snake, a she-he shaft of the devil, right, to reality check, because all else would have crossed Eve back one more positive always than all negativity, only adding her up good as truth to the reality check of Cain and Abel, and that would be the only standard, because that is the absolute bigger, better way than all faithful, bad, evil, sinful ways of just the absolute of all negativity. And this is why we die, because we don't know, okay? One, that the body is the temple of God, okay? Without a body, you cannot produce anything because there is nothing here and now of you, okay? You have 4 major muscle groups: arms, legs, chest, and stomach. And like I've said in previous videos, no matter what age you are, no matter where you're at, okay, if you feel a negative deficiency in these muscle groups, work them until they burn with either resistance through weights or calisthenics. However, you have to work that muscle group where that negativity is stated until it burns like it's in hell, like it's caught on fire, and then you rest. See, everything's motion and rest. Then you rest, and you will only get a bigger, better blow to that muscle group. And that is the difference between growing older as an elder and growing old elderly to one nothing of you here and now, just consumed with negativity from the mind through the body to the world. See, I want to show you something, and I stated in my last video, okay? But before I do that, I want to say this. If you do this with your body, all else is secondary. Your respiratory, your heart, and all the muscle groups in between will be worked automatically as a secondary to the absolute bigger, better of you here and now, to reality check, okay? And like I said in my last video, okay, I lost my mind. I lost my train of thought, my mindset. I lost my mind. Okay, I'm going to keep that. Okay. If you don't know, right, that all faith is just a blinding articulation, okay, on what is good as truth, right? You are always in a perpetual negative state of being good as truth, okay? Now, Pistis Sophia, and I speak about her in other videos, she was named Faith for this reason alone. She was the first act of copulating negative with negative, okay? And when you do that, you incarnate the blue-blooded, Shiva-shafting devil of you, okay? Now, because of this, right, when you take on negativity without crossing it more positive always, right, it's the devil of all things. Just like to know that anything good as truth, one more positive than any negativity of it to you, is the God of you always, okay? That's the thieving Holy Spirit out of God of all negativity to one neutral nothing I am. But here's what happens, okay? When you're always stated one more positive than negative, you're stated an antibody of Mother Earth creation of existence. Just like an antibody in your body that protects your cells, right, from being destroyed a negative way, okay? But every time you cross negative with negativity, right, just like the estrategies of the soul says, the soul is on the outside of the body. It's the reverse appendage of a man. It's the negative of it, okay? You act more monkey-minded than of a man, okay? Now, why does that matter? Like I said, we were created as antibodies for Mother Earth creation of existence, as the seeds of God of all infinity, more positive than negative, to last forever. When we cross negative with negativity, okay, and I call it the blue-blooded he shafting devil, not one, our body, our whole body, right, becomes nothing but a neutronic he shaft from the mind to the body, through the body to the world of decay and disintegration. See, because that's all things that aren't articulating back more positive always than negative. And what it makes you become with desire and ego, okay, which I have an ego and a desire, but I just desire with my ego, right, to be more positive than negative always. And I ain't having it no other way. If it comes to my reality less than that, shit's gonna happen. That's a fact, you hear me? And it's only going to be the more positive, bigger way, good as truth of my ego anyways, okay? Because I'm not having it. You hear me? I'm just not having it. We're better than this. And this is the point I'm getting to. My ego says we're better than this. Myself, you hear me? We're better than this. Okay? We are, I am, listen, the whole world is. Look, if I'm at the bottom of the totem pole, which I am, you're blessed, I'm blessed, as far as the economic, social ladder goes, because I know what's more positive and negative with all things matter. So I'm always good no matter where I'm at. That's the truth. Okay? So I'm a rich man and I'm a powerful man. I'm all these things, okay? But check me out, right? When you're not that way with the matter of you, right, you're just ape shit crazy for it with some sort of funky desire, okay, that has your ego all throughout of whack because you are defined within a property value, meaning I got this, and this. My shoes cost $600. What's yours cost? You know what I'm saying? This is how you define the good of you in that perverted realm of reality when it's that way, because other people do it other ways, you see? And, that is the greatness of us, and that is the unevolved of us, you see? If what you're articulating negatively, right, can't be brought to a more positive value, good as the truth of you, well, the bad way of you is consuming you to nothing. And it's a hallucination. It's a sinful way. And it is. Anytime you cross negative with negativity, it's an antichrist, you see? Because you're not doing the more positive and negative of you, the good truth of the life of Jesus Christ, the absolute bigger, better of the thieving Holy Spirit. So sates the shout of Turan than a negative I am, okay? And that's what it's all about. See, these folks don't want to let you know that when you don't live in blind slavery with faith, right, the bad way, the sinful way, right, the suffering way of you, the evil way of you, the neutral nothing of you, right, to death, well, then you live like a god and a king with all reality of people and things that you come in contact only to an absolute bigger, better of you and them here now. See, if I come to something, right, and it's negative as hell to me, right, I've trained myself with this knowledge, right, to do one or two things. Either try and make it more positive, right, always with who I am, to the bigger and better of its negativity, right, or I let it be one nothing to me. You hear me? And I go on more positive than a negative way with it, always to my here and now of reality check. Does that mean I don't get crisscrossed, the static, twisted, scattered, blind, undefined fool? I wish it did, but it doesn't. Listen to me. We all get blindsided with negativity. But negativity itself, right? And this is where faith comes in, because it states anything with a negative connotation, right, is a bad, is evil, is sinful. But I tell you, without negativity being relevant to reality check, right, we cannot produce the more positive energy of us always to the bigger and better of it, you see? And they also, with faith, right, different doctrines and different beliefs, they took what is female, which is a woman, and they made her lesser than a male, okay? But that was through an unevolved articulation, because any woman, right, with a mind can go do something more positive than the negatives always to add them up good as truth. We'll call it a pigtail of God to the reality check of them, you see, an electrical pigtail, you see. And like I said, And just like the Gospel of Thomas says, 1:14, you see. Go do something more positive always, male, right? Then your female matter, right? Which is negative, right? To the reality check of only being light, right? Same with the male's matter, right? It's always negative of being light. It's always female of it. So go do something more positive than the negatives of you. And that states all things good as true. Right? E equals MC squared. You are half your mom and half your dad, right? Or half Pista Sophie and half God without going into it extremely. But if you want to research that, you can go into my other videos. But no matter who you are, listen, no matter what your function to reality check is, no matter if you're the richest guy in the world or you're the guy at the bottom of the totem pole, you're hanging out with me, right? All you gotta do, man, is go do something more positive always as your articulation to reality check. You know? And if not, you're gonna come up like some version of Jerome off that show Martin, you know. I know I'm totally out of date with that, but when you start teaching, right, I want to explain something to you. It's not that I'm not relevant, right, to reality check. It just happens to be that for the teaching aspects of what I'm trying to bring to a bigger, better here and now future of us, right? Well, I have to go back and show you what's good as truth. And I have no problem with that because, see, if you don't recognize that the past, right, is relevant to your future, you see, you're just bound to repeat the mistakes of it, see? And those mistakes are just negatively deficient always, right? At every aspect of time and space, right, of being one way, more positive than the negatives of them to keep you good as truth. And, you know, I'll tell you, I me personally, you know, let's talk about something relevant. I like that movie, Free Guy. You know, it's a really in-depth way of not only looking at virtual reality, but also applying it to your own reality. You know, it is a positive aphorism. I don't know. that you can look at as a building block, and not only through the technology of the movie, but also through the building blocks of you. You know, and always produce yourself to a bigger, better way than that. You know, than the negatives of you. You know, words matter. I say these words for a reason, not because I like to hear myself say them over and over and over and over again. Although I don't not like it either. Because I know the more I can articulate absolutely bigger and better to the world around me to give them a better understanding of the good of God as truth, not only of all I am, but all of all they are, you know, the bigger, better off we will all be. And I know until the more positive energy, right, the thieving Holy Spirit, right, of all I am, circulates good around the earth as truth to the reality of it coming back full circle to me, well, I'm just going to keep on at it. You hear me? Because I believe, right, I believe, right, that to do more positive than negative always is the absolute bigger, better of you good as truth. Here and now. Always. And, you know, they say what comes around goes around. I say the universe, right, is a circuit of energy, only one more positive always than all negativity. So states the here and now of us, the relevance of us, right? And if you state one with the universe, right, as a body of the seeds of it, which is the atoms, the matter that you are, right, bigger and better than all negativity, well, they say that atoms can't be destroyed anywhere, only the shape, form, and mass, the structure, durability, and solidness of their matter. So my advice to all things reality of existence, mankind, because we are at the top of the food chain, you see. Unless you think there's aliens, and then it's just alien to what is good as truth. It's mindfuck lie on all God truth reality check. A lion head snake. See that word? A lion, right? And a alien, right? Are both a snake. 1, 2 are the same if you spell them out. And use you just do the wording however you want, but we'll let you study on those 2 words. An alien head, a lion head snake, to what is good as truth. Listen to me. Anywhere your life has come up negative or short or you feel like you can't do no better, well, here's a reality check for you. You can. And if you just go do something more positive at any angle, you can. It's bigger and better than that negativity. Not only will I say you can, you'll be living, breathing, proof and truth of it forever, man. And that is a fact of God check from the full thief man, God, King, Adam man, first evolved, the triple male of all I am. Peace.